everybody, what is up and welcome back to the channel. And it's that time again. It is Monsterbass unboxing time for the month of January 2024. Holy cow, we are in 2024. That is crazy. But let's dive right into this box and see what we got. So as you guys know, I get the Northeast region box, which I always love. And this box this month is supposed to be a Z-Man takeover box, so it should be all Z-Man stuff. So I'm pretty excited about that because I love fishing Z-Man stuff. And you guys that are out there fishing in this January crazy cold weather, more power to you. Because where I live, it's been down to like the teens, like 10, 13 degrees at night. And it's only been getting up to about 28 to 30 degrees during the day. And that ices up my rod tips and stuff. And when it's that cold, I usually find something else to do and let it get a little bit warmer before I go back out there and try to mess with it. Now, I do love doing a little bit of winter fishing. And one of my favorite baits to fish in the wintertime is a blade bait. That's kind of my go-to. Fish it as slow as possible, lip it up and just let it fall. Rip it up and let it fall. But let's see what we got in this box for January and what they sent us. So let's open her up. Of course, you got your tips and tricks book in there. That's always a good book to read, learn how to fish baits and stuff. And it's got a lot of good information, discount codes on it as well for getting stuff. So pretty cool thing to get and read and stuff. I read those from time to time still, and I like them. So the first thing we got in here is some these are some Ned rig heads, and these are weedless Ned rig heads, and these are a 110 ounce, which is, I like 110 or 115 ounce. Z-Man jig heads, which is really nice, so we'll take those. That's awesome. We always like getting those for sure. So yeah, we'll definitely take those. Can't ever have enough of those. And then we've got some Z-Man. What do we got? These are TRDs. These are the big TRDs, which I love. This is Copper Chartreuse. This is actually a really good one. I've caught several fish on those, so you guys can see that. Let you guys hit that. And my light's a little weird today in the room here, so I don't know why it's being a little weird today, but hopefully you guys can see that really good and see what we got there with the TRDs. These are actually super cool baits. If you guys haven't fished Z-Man products, you really should. Let me take one of these out so you guys can see it too. To kind of show you something that's cool about Z-Man. So this is one of the baits. Chartreuse got red flake in it and stuff. The great thing about Z-Man, they are so elasticy. It takes a lot to tear one of these parts. And what's awesome about this is when this starts getting torn up, when it finally does get starting up, you can cut it down and fish it still. Like, you can cut this down. Like, usually when it starts getting torn up here, I chop this off and start fishing as a smaller Ned rig and use it. And I get so much use out of these, it's not even funny. That's why I love Z-Man, because they just last forever. I mean, I've got some Z-Man baits I've been fishing for probably over a year now that haven't worn out yet with their Elastec technology that they have. So super cool stuff. So what do we got here? We got the Z-Man. This is the Strike Z and Pearl. These are definitely good bait. It's like a fluke style bait, so you guys can see that. Love the fluke style baits. I love fishing a fluke, man. I mean, fish will crush a fluke. I've done so well. I've got several videos out there fishing a fluke, and this is like a baby fluke. And baby flukes are one of my favorites to throw. So, and these are very buoyant too, which is really nice with these. So you can put a little weight on them, or not, and you can not put a weight on them, just rig them with a hook and go across the surface, or you can put a weighted hook on it and get it down to go down a little bit. I do both depending on the conditions. And really good bait. These are 3.75 inch, which is like my favorite size when it comes to throwing like a fluke type bait and stuff. Super cool. What do we got here now? We got the Chatter Spike Fire Crawl. Check this out. So you guys can see. I'll show you the back. I'll take one out for you. This is a fluke style bait as well. It's actually got some separation to it, so that's pretty cool. But it's kind of a cool bait. Hopefully you guys can really see that. I mean, that's super cool. Neat color. These fire colors will crush fish, especially in the springtime, man, when they're feeding up, going after crawls and stuff. This is a cool bait. I like this, but it is definitely a fluke bait as well. If you guys haven't fished a fluke, you should definitely check it out. I mean, there's a guy, Gene Jensen. They call him the Fluke Master because he like spent so much time fishing flukes to master that bait. That's what his channel is, and you should check him out too. He's a good channel. I like that. So shout out to you, Gene. I love your channel. I watch it a lot, and a lot of good information on his channel. So really cool. So the next thing we got, this is called the Hellraiser Trailblade Topwater Bait. And this is such an interesting bait because I'm going to show you this thing to you so you guys can see that. But it actually ties here. 2 treble hooks in the back with the blade on the back. So I'd be really curious to see how that's going to fish. I'm definitely curious to see how that's going to fish. It's from the creation of the original chatterbait. So I'm really interested to see what that does because it says it's a topwater blade bait. That is interesting to me. I'll be curious to see how that fishes. I'm definitely going to try that in the spring when the topwater bait's really going good. I'm going to give that a whirl and see what happens with that because it's definitely an interesting looking bait and I think it'll get bit. Definitely have to do a video on that for sure. Then we got some more jig heads. These are bladed jig heads. This is the Willow Vibe. This is a rapid vibration. This is a 3/8 ounce jig head. So this is really good for like when you're trying to get down deep and fish slow in the wintertime. Put this on with one of those flukes right there. I would probably use like the crawdad fluke or even the white. But the crawdad fluke would probably work the best. Or even the TRD you could do. But I'd probably throw the crawdad fluke on there. And just let that, just hop it and let it drop. And let it sit there and then hop it and let it drop. And stuff. So the last bait we got in here is the jackhammer. This is a chatterbait. You guys know the jackhammers by now. If you don't know the jackhammers, I mean it's their higher end chatterbait that they make now, and they're really great baits. And I love the black blades. I'm glad they started putting the black blades on there as well because I prefer that. Actually, when I buy the cheaper chatterbaits, I always take a Sharpie and color in the blades black. So that's what I used to do until they started doing the black blades on it. Now I just look for the black blade ones and stuff. But that's a cool color. You know, definitely going to be able to be seen in muddier waters and stuff, in those deeper waters, which is cool. And then you got your crazy little Monsterbass sticker, which I will stick on my desk back here, which is a little moon guy kind of thing, you know. So there you guys go. There's your Monsterbass box for the month of January 2024. Really good box. I love all the baits that are in here. I say this all the time, and I've been saying this for years, ever since I've been doing this with these unboxings every month, and I've been doing these unboxings every month for many years, that when it comes to Monsterbass boxes, I love their boxes because everything they send me are baits that I will fish. And when I first started getting into these boxes and looking into this stuff, I tried a couple other boxes. I did like some of the stuff I got, but about half the stuff that was coming in the boxes was stuff that I was not going to use, which I didn't like. I wanted to be able to get a box that I would get, you know, a box that I'm going to use everything. And Monsterbass box over the years has been consistent with the fact that everything that comes in there is a bait that I would definitely fish or try to fish. And that's what I like about this box, and that's why I've been doing these videos for so long, because it's been my favorite box, you know. And I always tell people, you know, try a couple and see which ones you like, you know. I mean, I one time I was getting like 3 different boxes, you know, just trying to see what would come, and gave them months and months. I mean, I did a couple other ones for a good solid year or so before I decided to just go with one and stuff. It was probably a year and a half I was getting 3 different boxes just to see what the consistency was in the baits. And the other 2 boxes that I was getting, about half the baits they were sending me, I just wouldn't use. You know, and I felt that was a waste. And with this, it's always been good. I like the fact that you can tell them what region you fish in, and they cater the boxes to that region. I think that's a big help in what gets put in the box. So, I hope you guys at least, you know, give them a check out. I do put a coupon code down below. It gives you $10 off your first box. You can cancel your subscription at any time. Definitely been a good company for me to get stuff from. And I'm going to keep getting it and keep doing these videos every month, just because I really like this stuff. And I really enjoy the baits, and it really helps stock up my tackle. You know, I mean, this is a great way to stock up tackle and get some baits that you may not have thought about trying, and you're like, oh, that's cool, I want to try it. I think they do a really good job. It's my personal opinion, just how I feel. So anyway, that's all I got for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Leave your comments down below, and I will try to answer them to the best of my ability. Just do yourself a favor. Get out there, get your lines wet, and catch some fish.